Hey, Robbie, thanks for joining me. I wanted to have you on because I'm sure you're as shocked to find out as I am that you are indeed some sort of proponent of white supremacy, at least according to the formerly active Twitter account for the Carleton Liberal Riding Association. What, like, first of all, what's your reaction to being called a white supremacist?
Sheila, I've had some time to reflect on this. I'm going to just be really, really blunt, and part of it is kind of funny because I'm, very openly gay. My small business, my staff are very diverse. I'm not going to get into that game of saying how diverse, but incredibly diverse, and it's really funny. Simultaneously, as they labeled not just myself, our brand, and all the people that over 90,000 followers on Facebook that follow our movement, I was actually on a mission to highlight and showcase in two separate projects, one for McMurray 1000 and the other project on how multicultural the oil and gas industry is. And I was in the process of filming people and interviewing them based on why they came to Fort McMurray, from all different backgrounds and all different all skin colors, all everything. So then I thought, long and hard after this happened, because you know me very well, I try to be as nonpartisan as I can. And I'm surrounded by people in the advocacy world that tend to lean very conservative. And it's hard because when you have a premier that, like Rachel Notley, I want to try to do my best to work with the government of the day. And I have with Rachel Notley when she wore the I Love Oilsands hoodie, the former energy minister, wherever I could find common ground, including the Liberals. So my instinct is always to try as much as I can. It's not easy. Try to be as nonpartisan. Now, easy targets are like the largest hypocrite on the planet, Elizabeth May. I mean, I just had a picture with her where she's on a private jet, and it just shows her complete. She's a very, very intelligent, stupid person. And I think the narcissism and the entitlement of Elizabeth May shows how out to lunch she is, because she wants, okay, oil is dead, but yet there's a picture with her on a private, I'm on a private jet. It just shows you how out of touch they are with their own brand. However, when it came to the Carleton Liberal Association, I've had a lot of time to reflect, so I'm not even angry. And I'm going to say one thing. It's real simple. Ottawa is recession proof for all parties. If you live in Ottawa, there's always going to be some kind of job for political staffers, riding associations, etc. This pandemic, low oil prices has not affected them one bit. If they're broke, they'll borrow money. If they're broke, they'll raise taxes, or they'll take oil and gas money from taxes of hard-working Canadians in Alberta, and they will bitch about oil and gas and bitch about pipelines, and somehow act like they're above it. The part that bothered me the most is the fact that I actually quite like Pierre Poilievre. I've always have. I like his spark. I think he's very good looking. I mean, he's kind of cute. I mean, there's just so many things that Pierre has going for him. But as a person from Fort McMurray, a person from Alberta, to have a politician of his caliber that wears our hoodie, which is not at all white supremacy, any movement that has a fist, from feminism to communism to Black Lives Matters, etc. It's a movement trying to have solidarity. And when we designed that logo, we wanted to point out that the solidarity of Alberta's workers, the workforce, the oil workers, that has been so demonized and attacked by elite, hypocritical politicians like Elizabeth May, and celebrities like Jane Fonda and Neil Young, that we wanted to say we have solidarity together. And no, what you're painting us and our community and our jobs and our industry is completely false. So when you have a federal politician of Pierre's stature, and to wear our hoodie in support of our movement, the brand, and everything else, it was an honor. When I first saw it before their courageously misguided missile they launched our way, I had a little emotional moment, because he wasn't just, he had his daughter, they were out having a beer with their family. It was a very, very peaceful tweet that he put out, and one that took a little political capital to do, especially in Ottawa. So we owe Pierre Poilievre support on this on a next level, because that Liberal Riding Association, whoever's in charge of the communications, is a complete and utter moron who lacks basic intelligence, common sense, and is a complete elite person. And I think I know who did the tweet, and I have been calmly waiting before I responded. The thing that also concerned me very much, and I typically, I'm about to say something that I don't typically do. The fact that that was barely a blip in some of the mainstream media concerned me a lot. Mm-hmm. The Liberal Riding Association of Carleton owes, well, and this is where I'm torn. I am not some baby that needs an apology when someone hurts my feelings. And everyone's like, you need to get them apologized because that's what they do to the right. I don't want their apology. I don't give two. I think they should apologize to Pierre and his family. A lot of the Liberals also feel the same, and they should do some research on a movement that is very multicultural, with a pretty gay Métis guy at the helm of it. I mean, and they need to somehow realize that they're not above oil and gas, and they never will be. And the way they went after him was just, from a professional riding association, it's despicable, it's disgusting, it's wrong. And I am going to be putting a video response out to it. I know it wasn't quickly as I should have, but I wanted some time. I play a long game. I have in my advocacy. I don't just jump on every wave. And I wanted to think it through a little bit. I wanted to think about the cruelty that came from those very cushy politician type people, or the staffers from the Carleton Liberal Association. I'm going to stop short of going after Trudeau, or people said you should ask Justin Trudeau to apologize and all that. I don't want a fake apology. I don't. I think.
Yeah, but Robbie, he apologizes to literally everybody. Get yours, buddy. Get yours.
Maybe. I know Justin Trudeau. I did a few events for him, and I actually helped the Liberal Party years ago when Kyle Harrietta was running the campaign. I helped twice, and then I kind of became nonpartisan. And then I helped David Udega a little bit, and I've helped people from all political stripes. So maybe I could get an apology from our Prime Minister, but I think this identity politics stuff needs to stop, and you cannot just label. Look, calling someone a racist is bad enough, but calling some organization a white supremacist, that's the next level. Yeah. That's trying to say that, that I wouldn't associate with anyone from any other race, that I wouldn't have employees that work for my business that are, from the Philippines or trans or all other kinds of stuff. It was a way to paint a brush on something that is very valuable. Like, I believe that these overeducated, underintelligent political elites that don't have any real world experience, don't understand when you turn a light switch on, how it turns on, or when you drive a solar car, that it actually, one way or another, is powered by fossil fuels to make it. There is no such thing as green energy, and attacking our main industry that's from Ottawa is absurd. And here's the thing they all need to wake up to. We are a country. Ottawa is the capital, meaning that all MPs that are in Ottawa, particularly the ones from Ottawa, need to represent all Canadians, not just the ones that they somehow think are morally superior in their false senses of morality because they don't have basic common sense.
Well, and I think it revealed a bigotry I think we all know exists inherently. We all know that bigotry from the Liberals against Alberta exists, but it's very rare to catch it in nature happening like that. And I think that's what happened there when they just couldn't get their heads around the fact that the oil patch, I would suggest, not only is it multicultural, I would say the oil patch is the most Indigenous industry in the entire country. If I had to call an industry Indigenous, I would call the oil patch. It's in Indigenous communities. It's employing Indigenous people. It's giving Indigenous people a way forward out of generational poverty. It's a wealth generator. And it's something to be proud of. And when the Liberals from outside of Alberta looked at that picture of Pierre Poilievre with his little daughter, by the way, and saw something evil about not just Pierre Poilievre, but about the industry and the people who support it, it revealed a lot about exactly how they think about Albertans. If you'd like to get access to my show, as well as other great TV style shows too, like Ezra's Nightly, Ezra Levant Show, and David Menzies' Friday night show, Rebel Roundup, just go to rebelnews.com/subscribe. That's rebelnews.com/subscribe.